Welcome to Crackers and Milk. I'm your host, David. I'm joined by Jacob
Hi, guys.
and Michael.
Hello.
Jacob has our synopsis for our episode today.
Star Wars, Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Set 30 years after Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens follows Rey, Finn, and Poe Dameron's search for Luke Skywalker and their fight in the Resistance led by General Leia Organa and veterans of the Rebel Alliance against Kylo Ren and the First Order, a successor to the Galactic Empire.
Yes. 30 years?
30 years.
Wow. Huh. Yeah, Harrison Ford looks 30 years older.
Because that's how long it was in real life.
True. You got me on that one. Okay, so 2015. Force Awakens made $2.068 billion. Jurassic World, then Fast and Furious 7, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Minions, Spectre,
James Bond.
James Bond. Yeah.
Inside and Out, Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, and then Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2, and then The Martian, which made $630.1 million.
Interesting.
Very.
That's an interesting top 10. I wouldn't have thought a lot of those movies would have been in the top 10.
I'm surprised the Minions was. Really, that's the biggest surprise for me.
Yeah.
The other ones, I could see those.
Yeah.
Eat potatoes from poop. Gross.
I didn't see The Martian. Thanks for ruining it for me.
No problem.
Everyone's seen it, Jacob. It's not ruining anything for anyone.
No, this is not the same.
Never the same with Jacob.
This is not the same. You
Sure, Jacob, sure.
guys are jerks.
You betcha.
You're welcome.
What one are we on?
Force Awakens 7.
Force Awakens
7.
All right. So the budget was $245 million. U.S. weekend opening.
Well, a 5-day weekend opening, or 4-day weekend opening.
$247 million. So they made it all back.
Holy cow, in a weekend.
In a weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, all of it back. They grossed $936 million in the U.S. and $2.06 billion worldwide. So, $245 million budget with a $2.06 billion in profit. They got 844% increase.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's crazy. They made it all back.
But do you think it's because you have, Revenge of the Sith? Yeah, Revenge of the Sith, which is a good movie. The best.
It's because George Lucas wasn't involved.
That?
Everybody was excited that we get to see Star Wars not by George Lucas.
So what was the
But
year,
the
what was the
first-
year gap? 2005 to 2015, right?
Yeah.
That's a
10
big...
years.
People are just like, okay, I want to watch, I'm going crazy. I mean, that's how I think I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There was a Star Wars movie in between those that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Clone Wars
The Clone
came
Wars,
out in 2008.
The Clone Wars, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will get into our next section of interesting facts and feelings.
Yay. Deep thoughts.
Sweet. Well, now we're doing Force Awakens interesting facts today.
What would you say is an interesting fact for The Force Awakens? Because my interesting fact is, it's a new hope with a new cast.
Oh, man, dude. Oh, okay. Yes. You know what's so wonderful? These books. I have.
Tell the people who are listening what book
Okay,
you're talking about.
the book is William Shakespeare by Ian Desher, and he does all the Star Wars movies, right?
Okay.
And he's done all of the episodes so far, what's been going on. And I have 7 on audiobook, right? And there's this one part where 2 troopers are talking to each other. And they are like talking about Force Awakens and A New Hope. You know, like comparing them. And it's like spot on everything. You know, like they talk about Rey, where he's like, oh yeah, this person comes from a desert planet. Oh, wait. And then like they point it out and you're just like, wait a minute. So it's a funny, humorous scene in the book that you're just kind of like chuckling because when I was listening to it, I'm thinking of you because I'm like, yeah, it's A New Hope, it's a Force Awakens, it's the same thing. They're not doing anything different, and so it's like them doing that. It's like,
yeah,
this is good. This is funny. He did a really good job of putting some humor into it, and being like, hey,
I'll need to read those books.
Yeah,
Rey is Luke. Han is Kenobi.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
Chewbacca's Chewbacca, but
yeah, but like Han, same thing, and then you have Poe, who's a great pilot, and Finn.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little difference, but they're like the main thing is that this Star Killer base. That's just a bigger, like when Han Solo goes, oh, it's just bigger than the Death Star, but it's still the Death Star, and it's like, so instead of killing one planet, you can kill 5 planets or 4 planets.
Yeah,
that's a big difference, but not too big of a difference.
Technically, they'd be killing lots of planets.
Yes,
because they're draining the power of a sun. And so
they're killing,
they're destroying that
system there, killing them, and but like, it's the same concept, same sort of thing.
Exactly.
Where, it's funny.
Mike is still with us. He just hasn't said anything.
I know he hasn't said anything at all.
If you watch the video, I'm tilting my head in agreement, but. Makes sense, yes.
Yeah.
So, I like listening to them too. I like listening to them too. Sorry, I had the microphone down. It was a bit weird.
Oh, boy. He's new at this, folks.
Yes,
it's fun to listen. You guys know. You guys just listen to them going back and forth. Anyway, I like to listen to.
But yeah, like watching Force Awakens. And okay, so I heard it. Is it rumored, or is it true that Daniel Craig was the Stormtrooper?
He was.
That was in with Rey, and Rey's like, you leave your thing, and he's like, what? And then he eventually leaves everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that was Daniel Craig.
Daniel's dead. So James Bond.
His sneaky cameo.
That's awesome.
That's a good cameo. That's a good cameo to have. Smart cameo to have.
Yeah, I like how J.J. Abrams brought in the puppets and costumes again, and it wasn't CGI. Mm. When they go into that bar, if you will, I forget the character's name, but the alien with the big eyes.
The goggles lady.
Yeah. All of those were practical, maybe with a touch of CGI but in the original New Hope, there was a wolf guy. Yeah. And George Lucas has done his best to get rid of that guy.
Why?
And J.J. Abrams put him front and center. When they walk in the door, there's that wolf guy walking over to the other table.
Why does George...
George doesn't understand his story?
Well, no.
How many times have I heard that?
You hear that a lot, but like at the same time, like people love that sort of stuff. Like, you know, when we were talking about Empire Strikes Back and you guys both bring up the ice cream maker.
Yeah. Oh, I love that ice cream.
That is so funny. And so I tell people about the ice cream maker. I'm like, oh, do you guys know he did an ice cream maker? They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's just right here. It's just an old-fashioned ice cream maker. And you just start laughing because it's like these little things about in movies are just so much more fun to have and to talk about I don't know. They're just a lot more fun to have.
They're pretty much Easter eggs
Yeah.
before there were Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And just be grateful that people are rewatching it and noticing that stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've all done this. We've all watched a movie and said, I'm never watching that movie again. Mm-hmm. Never. And so, in not being able to see those things, but now, like, because people love this series, people seeing it over and over and over and over again, it's like, oh, yeah, that's kind of funny. That's kind of silly.
Yeah. How did you feel the story went, though? Feel it was a little slow at points?
Yeah, a little bit, like, but I thought it was an okay paced movie for the most part, but not, I don't know.
Here's the thing, everyone listening. I thought I was kind of a Star Wars fan because I liked the movies, but now that I'm watching them, I don't know, I really like it, but I'm, like I think I've said before, I get a little super engaged. This probably really happens. I don't know. Could this happen?
Yeah.
I like I don't even mind slow paced because then I'm like, okay, maybe there's more detail. But then sometimes I can see what you're saying. There's stuff where you're like, why are they explaining this?
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do anything? Are they just putting fluff in there? Let's make the movie 127 minutes long so that I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this movie wasn't highly anticipated, though, right? Do you think it was highly anticipated?
It didn't have the fever pitch of episode 1.
Yeah, no one can really catch that one.
Because that
one was a weird one.
Killed some of the fever of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Do you think because they've started to bring out more Star Wars movies that it's killing the excitement of them?
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
But in our next episode when we talk about Rogue One, that shows that not necessarily does it hurt to do a Star Wars story.
Okay.
Real quick, Jake, were there books written already about Episode 7? Like, did people already know what was going to happen? Like Star Wars fans?
Yeah. Are they stole? Is it borrowed from the Legends books?
Parts.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dooku, not Dooku, but Grievous came from the comic, the Clone Wars series.
Clone Wars.
And then he made it all the way to the movies. He made it all the way to the movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The reason I'm laughing is you should have seen these two when I was trying to explain the difference between Star Wars
It's
Clone
still
Wars and
so
Star
weird.
Wars The Clone Wars to them.
Clone Wars, the Clone Wars. Stupid.
It's weird. That's all it is. It's like the Ohio State Buckeyes. That's just stupid.
It's just like
I
when I say I'm going to the lagoon. No, it's lagoon.
The lagoon.
I'm going to the lagoon.
No, it's lagoon.
My dad hated that.
The Black Lagoon?
You're not going to the lagoon. You're going to lagoon. Oh.
It's where fun is.
There isn't a "the" in the title? Okay, books. What?
So, in 1996, there was a trilogy of books released by Timothy Zahn, which detailed how he felt the continuation of the story would have gone.
How Han, Leia, and Luke would have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so the actual movies are set way further
Than what he did.
No, like time-wise,
Oh, okay.
way further past, because in those books, Han and Leia are married by that point, and they have a set of twins.
Oh. Which makes sense, because in genetics, they usually kind of happen that way.
And in the Legends series, eventually the boy of the twins turns to the dark side. Remind you of somebody?
Sounds like someone I know.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I really wish that Disney would have considered using the villain from those books.
Yeah.
Now, they used him in Rebels, so they did bring him into canon, but Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn, is quite possibly the best villain outside of the movies. He is the best.
Even better than Palpatine.
Outside of the movies.
Outside of the movies.
I would say he's probably smarter than Palpatine. The way he manipulates the situations in the books, masterful.
Wait, now, who's the writer of the books?
Timothy Zahn.
Has he ever written any of the movies?
No.
Dang it!
And he won't,
That
right?
No.
Okay, sorry, getting off on a tangent. How does he get the rights to write a Star Wars book?
But that's what George did, didn't he? Like, he gave those type of rights away to write them? Or gave approval?
I think so. I mean, the Legends series is so convoluted. I cannot tell you how many books I read about the Emperor's Secret Apprentice or Darth Vader's Secret Apprentice. He must have had like 7 of them because of the amount of books I read. So I understand why Disney had to,
Mainstream and...
streamline it.
Yeah.
But there's stuff that they needed to keep.
Yeah.
And I think they could have followed those stories and changed them to more what they wanted.
Yeah.
And it would have been received much better. Not that The Force Awakens wasn't received well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, seriously, after the first time I watched it, I walked out and I said, yeah, I liked it. And I'm sad Han Solo died. Spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah,
the movie's been out for 4 years.
Yeah.
But as I got thinking about it, it's A New Hope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Except the villain whines instead of the hero.
Yeah. Snoke and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
And General Hux.
Hux.
Yeah, Hux, yeah.
Charlie Weasley.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, he does a good job. And
Yeah, he does.
An arrogant imperial officer.
Mm-hmm. I like him as one. I just always think of him as Charlie Weasley because he's Charlie Weasley on Harry Potter.
But you don't like the movies.
I don't like the movies, but it doesn't mean I haven't seen them.
Or know about them.
Or know about them.
Or complain about them.
Or
Almost every single time.
Yes. Daisy Ridley. I thought it was good, but I watched this YouTube, like a couple YouTube guys about Daisy Ridley and about why people don't like or aren't a big fan of the newer Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said the training sessions where she just got in the Force and she was able to be just as powerful as the guy who has been trained just right away. And I thought that was kind of interesting, but at the same time, It's like, yeah, whatever. Like, I guess you can complain about that, but
that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
What bothers me is they didn't have somebody when she's at that point, about to fall off the edge, and she closes her eyes and then she opens them and she starts fighting him back.
Yeah.
Why wasn't there Luke's voice or Kenobi's voice? Use the Force.
Yeah.
That would have made the movie that much better.
Yeah, because every time something like that happens, like when Luke was killing the Death Star, he's like, "Hey, Luke," Obi-Wan's like, "Use the Force." And,
use the Force, Luke.
And then the same thing with other important parts in Empire, and then I don't know if he did it in Return of the Jedi. I don't think Return of the Jedi. A voice came to him, but at the same time, because of his clothes, like you said, he was more to the dark side.
Yeah.
Than he.
It was the closest he came to the dark side.
Yeah. So, like, I understand why he was closed off to, like, a voice of, like, Ben Kenobi or Yoda.
Yeah.
In that sense.
But did she really have, like, a leader at that point in her life?
That's the thing.
Like
No, she didn't. Her
she
leader
wouldn't.
just died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really understand. I don't know. She understands the Force a little bit. She knows it exists. She kind of thought it was the legend kind of thing. Oh, the Force really is a thing. Apparently, it's strong with me.
And that speech by Luke, when he's like, it's true. It's all true. Oh, sends
Oh,
chills
you
through
mean
me.
by Han?
Yeah, sorry, Han.
Yeah, hon. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the
And
best
so-
thing. And
There's a theory that Han is a Force feeler. And that's how he's such a good pilot.
Well, yeah, something. And that's why she's such a good pilot.
So, because he could fly through the asteroid field
Right.
just fine.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was wondering, what about Chewie? Is he got some Force with him?
No, but
Because he's really good, too.
yeah,
He's awesome in Solo. Sorry,
we'll get there.
we'll get there.
But, and so that's been the rumor for a while that, and when we get to Rogue One, I'll expound upon that more.
Okay, Force feeler.
Force.
I wasn't too disappointed that Han died.
Oh, my favorite character.
Well, I know he's a lot of people's favorite character, but I wasn't disappointed that he died.
I mean, he shoots first all the time.
Well, George tries to debate that one with you.
Okay, now is it true that he wanted to be out? He was done?
He's done in 6, right?
Well,
he
yeah.
wanted to die and return the
He
Jedi.
was like, kill me off, please. So,
yeah.
this is for him, really?
That really was a good death scene from Harrison Ford.
It was.
That's a good one. Like, I was surprised how good that one was. I
Yeah.
like that death scene.
I wanted him to say, I love you. I wanted him to try just a little harder.
Yeah.
I love his hand on his face. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's corny.
You see, little tweaks to this movie would have made it phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would have made
Just
it a lot
one
better.
line for him, one line for me.
Wait, what? You really think Han Solo would have said I loved you to Ben?
I don't know. I know that,
What do you think he would have said to Ben? Like, really, what do you think he would have said to Ben in that moment?
I don't know. Interesting fact. Guess what Harrison Ford's son's name is?
Ben?
It's crazy, huh?
Maybe that's the only way you can know that he
So-
feels.
Right.
So,
Name him after my son, and I'll be able to try and talk to him.
my Ben. And then he falls.
Yeah, something
My
like
Ben.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I kind of wanted something after he gets.
Yeah.
See, that one would have been good. My Ben, like
That's something like that.
Something.
it's something where Han Solo would have said probably at that time.
Yeah.
Because he is a little cocky in this movie, but he's not that cocky. Because he's finally realizing that things are getting cut, things are catching up to him.
And him and Chewbacca have been in all those adventures, and you can tell me he's never used Chewie's crossbow before.
Right?
Yeah,
Wow, I really like this thing.
so much so.
It's so great.
Yeah, this movie was fun. It could
Yeah.
have been phenomenal.
See, and like they added extra power to that crossbow because I think he shot it in like 4, 5, and 6.
No, he didn't.
I think he did, man.
But he didn't.
Okay,
But he had it.
he had it.
Chewbacca
And he shot
did.
it, yeah.
But it didn't
No,
shoot
I
it.
know Chewbacca did.
But I'm telling you, Han didn't shoot it.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it was shot and it wasn't that powerful.
It doesn't look that powerful
It wasn't that
because
powerful.
it was in the hands of a Wookiee
Oh,
who can
my
rip a
goodness.
guy's arms off and beat him
Well,
to death.
That is
I think
true.
ripping the arms off would kill somebody, but
Be enough, yes. No, but it wasn't that powerful. It was like a normal blaster.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. You know what? We can agree to disagree, but
But you know I'm right.
it sucked in 4, 5, or 6. In 6.
No.
Whenever he shot it.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
No. No.
They just added more sound to it to be more powerful, Jacob.
That's not true, David.
Oh. Yeah.
What did you think about the
I did-
escape from the trash hauler?
Escape from
Escape from the
trash.
trash hauler.
Yeah, and when they pull in the Millennium Falcon right after they escape Jakku.
Okay.
yeah.
And the weird alien things that
The suck, and then they did the
Yeah.
hyperspace from.
yeah,
I thought that was cool.
that was pretty
I
interesting.
also liked how they got onto.
Wait, real quick on that. So, Rey, she's all knows everything about the Millennium Falcon, and but she goes into this trash compactor and she pulls the wrong fuse.
No, she pulls the right.
No, because she was going to do a fuse to shut the door so it would stop the people from coming and getting them. But she opened the wrong fuse and opened and let the aliens out. I don't know. I just think that's kind of odd. She can do all these magical things. I know it's part of the story, but
That's the plot line.
it would have been
That
cooler.
is
Like,
interesting.
oh, let's trap them, or let's let these people out, or these aliens out.
These weird rolling tentacle.
Things.
Sucky thingies.
Yeah.
That, by the way, they're killing the other bad guys off real quickly, but when they pull, what's the guy?
Finn?
Yeah, when they pull
Not
Finn.
very.
Why is he alive still?
Because they were full.
Okay, really? How can him or Poe survive that fall with the TIE fighter? Really? How did they? How could they? Couldn't. Really?
You don't know that.
You don't know that either, Jake.
So, neither of them were in the wreckage.
Yeah.
So they got ejected.
That's what I thought. When you see Finn, he's still in his seat, so he has an ejector seat.
Yeah, but where's the parachute?
Oh, it got ripped away.
Sure.
Rockets.
Sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm going with Jacob on this. We don't. We
And
don't
the
need.
force of the G-force knocked them both out.
Okay.
We don't need parachutes. We got floating cars everywhere.
All right.
And by the way, what is their energy source? Do you know, Jacob? That's
No idea.
okay.
Yeah.
And then the full fuel thing. I think that really came into play in Solo.
Yes.
But every other movie, no one ever really talks about it.
No one ever talks about it, but if you watch the scenes when they're getting the X-wings ready to go, they've had those
The
tubes
fuels, yeah.
hooked up to them, and so it's
I
always
know.
been a part of it. They just didn't talk about it. And bullets.
We will be talking about fuel with The Last Jedi, though.
Yes, we will.
Because it's just...
That's a big part of the movie.
Big part of it. Okay. What did you guys think of Kylo Ren's mask?
It was interesting.
What did you think of the first time when he took it off?
Who's this dweeb?
I actually thought when I thought, okay, he's gonna keep it on the whole time, which is good. Just keep it on, and then he takes it off. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
put it back on, man. You're not
First
scary.
time the
You're
first
just
time he
not
takes
scary.
it off is in front of Rey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, when he's interrogating her.
His weird voice like this, right? And then all of a sudden, hi guys. I'm like, whoa.
Adam Driver is a great actor.
Yeah,
I
he
think
is.
he's great, but it's like,
It's the first time I'd seen him.
yeah,
And I really thought, who's this dweeb?
yeah, no, yeah.
Vader doesn't take his helmet off in front of anybody.
Luke takes it off at the end because Vader knows he's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought
So,
if you don't, yeah. I think that's what I don't know. This is me thinking again. I think some of these movies, like with all the new characters, I know that George chose actors for the first movie that were unknown
Yeah.
actors.
Like
Think-
4, 5, or 6, or 1, 2, and 3.
Four,
Okay.
4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
yeah.
Is that what they're still trying to do? Let's choose unknown people that this will be their.
Well, I thought Isaac was a little bit more known. Poe,
Yeah.
the guy who played Poe, he was a little bit more known. Not as much, but just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But John and Daisy,
Like,
I don't think they were
John
that big.
Boyega was in some British movies,
Yeah.
like Attack the Block, if you've ever heard of that. A bunch of hoodlums face off against aliens. But
But I think maybe Kylo Ren was. You might think, oh yeah, do we? I think it just helps everyone see that they're just normal people. Do you know what I mean? It can happen to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not some strong Arnold Schwarzenegger. If he took off his helmet, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day. Like, no way, whoa. No, it's just, and I don't know. I feel for the storyline, just seeing how Kylo Ren just seems very torn and lost, and still a baby. Like he's still a kid.
Boy. Yeah.
He's still a little boy.
Yeah.
So I thought it matched up. But yes, if you're watching for this first time, you're like, wait, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Well, like, and that's the thing. Like Vader, when he became Vader and all that stuff. Like, I never thought Hayden Christensen was a boy. Once he turned to Vader, it was like, okay, this dude's crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's nuts. And like from then on, he just became this kind of like what you said at the end, where Hayden Christensen said, "I hate you."
Yeah.
To Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Great job. And to me, that's where he grew up in the dark side. And Ben, it just never seems that way in Force Awakens. Like, he's a bad guy, and you're supposed to root against him. But is he really that bad of a guy?
Right.
You know?
Why didn't he have Sith eyes?
Oh, that's a good question.
Interesting. I actually saw a meme on that. All the Sith have the yellow eyes. And then they showed a picture of Jar Jar. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. Whoa.
Darth Jar Jar.
Whoa.
Dark Jar Jar.
But maybe it's because he hasn't really turned.
So I would say, give him when he's killing Han, make his eyes go that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been smart.
Wait, when he's facing down Finn and Rey, do it, and then when he's defeated, his eyes go back to his normal, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah. That would have been smart.
We're going to see a spirit force of him when he dies, if he dies.
No.
Oh,
he's
Hayden Christensen's going to show up. And
He's going to be
Jeez
chilling
Louise.
with his grandpa.
Wait. Okay.
Grandfather, what should I do?
grandfather,
Okay.
the solo blood in me is good.
Okay. Now let's do cliffhanger, key moment, and scene stealer.
Okay.
Do you have one? You know what?
So when you... Yeah, no, because I watched the movie and those are the things... I'm like, oh, what would be a cliffhanger for this?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good...
How is Kylo Ren supposed to like bring fear?
That's the thing. I'm not afraid of him.
I'm not afraid of him either.
The first time you see Vader,
Yeah.
you're afraid of him.
They don't do any Darth or like Darth Sidious or Darth
Yeah.
Vader. Like
Or
they'll
even
say
Darth
those.
Maul.
Yeah, they'll do those, but they haven't done that with Kylo Ren. It's Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I think
then
I
it's
think the
Snoke.
scariest part for me was the beginning. When they
Yeah.
go into that town and this guy is ruthless, let's
Yeah.
kill
Yeah.
them all, stops the electricity from hit. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap, this
Yeah,
dude,
that
that
was-
is
that
terrible.
was
This guy
awesome.
is terrifying. But yeah, that's...
And then he takes
That was
off
the
his
end of
mask.
it, though.
Yeah,
That was the end of fear. You're
Yeah.
just like, why am I afraid of you?
Right.
Why should I be afraid of
Yeah.
you?
But yeah, I think that's part of his character, right? His whole development. He's still kind of a weenie.
When
I don't
he
know. It just-
pulls out his lightsaber and destroys that computer.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah, just like, oh my gosh, you're throwing a tantrum.
Yes, you're throwing a tantrum, and the guy standing behind you is just going, "What the heck are you doing?" Okay. Yeah.
You're just like, oh god, man.
I mean, is that how they wanted it to be? Is for him to
I
be
guess.
I
a
guess.
child? Because that's how it comes across. He's just...
But
Yeah.
that plays into the Last Jedi too, of him,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
Do you have one? Do you have cliffhanger,
So
key moment, and scene stealer?
cliffhanger is them getting on the Millennium Falcon when the planet's blowing up around them. Is Finn dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know he wasn't because he signed a 3-picture deal. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, what's going to happen now that the rebellion doesn't have Han anymore? Okay,
Okay. What one was that? Is that cliffhanger?
that's the
Cliffhanger.
cliffhanger.
They said Han dangerously approaches his dark side drawn son Kylo Ren to try to help him. How's that
How's
a
that
cliffhanger?
No,
No, that's
They
not a
kill
cliffhanger.
him.
That's a key moment.
that's a key moment. Yeah.
That is my key moment.
getting Han getting killed by.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a better key moment than what they got.
What do they got?
The quest for Luke and the film both end when he takes off his hood and he and Rey form an unspoken bond.
Did they see The Last Jedi?
Why didn't they put that as the cliffhanger? Because that's a great cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I want to go see the next one because Luke's going to be in it. A little bit more in it.
Yeah.
That's true. That was, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that. Oh, scene stealer. Do you have one? Do you have a scene stealer? BB-8? Yours is BB-8. I know yours is BB-8.
Yeah, BB-8 was cool. But
I know. I know what it is. R2-D2 with the red arm.
Yes, that's
C-3PO.
Oh,
C-3PO,
C-3PO. Sorry, my bad.
I'll explain
with
it
the
to
red
you
arm.
later.
No, for me, the scene stealer was Poe.
Yeah, he was a great pilot.
When it shows him flying, taking out all those TIE fighters.
Dude is an awesome pilot.
Yeah.
Smart, great pilot.
Yeah.
The best pilot in this movie.
Yeah.
In the series.
Yeah.
He is their best pilot. That's what they say.
Yeah.
He's our best pilot.
Scene stealer. Kylo Ren.
BB-8. Come on, Mike, just say it.
Brooding emotional conflict takes the franchise into a new realm.
The whiny realm.
No. It's always been in the whining realm.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah. Darth Vader, whiner. Luke Skywalker, whiner. Ben Solo, whiner.
I don't think so.
Dude, you know that's so true.
Yes.
You just hate to admit that Dave is finally right over something.
In 4, Luke was whiny.
Yep.
In 5, not so much. In 6, not at all.
Okay. Yeah.
As we'll discuss in The Last Jedi,
But
I'll show you why.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
He wasn't-
Anakin was a whiner the whole time.
He wasn't really a whiner in 1.
Okay. 2 and 3, he was a whiner.
In 3, not so much. I'll give you 2.
Okay.
I'll give you 2.
Hey, I got
Because he
one
hates
movie.
sand.
Yes.
Of course, it's great.
I like this soft. Okay. Well,
Don't touch
still,
me, you creep.
still, Luke had one that was whiny, and Vader had one that was whiny. Ben, one that's at least whiny one.
We'll discuss.
We'll discuss more when we get to Last Jedi, but yeah. Okay. Well, we hope you enjoy this. Because it was fun talking to you about this.
Yes, it
Because I
was.
really enjoyed it. So, please rate, subscribe, and leave a comment about